Now let's talk about when Shannon was arrested within days of the Shymel Drinks unaliving. Something I wanted to point out, y'all. We talked about the license plate reader, but let's talk about the day he was actually arrested, because an officer from the gang unit was there the day he was arrested. This officer talks about at some point also being there when Shymel Drinks when his body was found underneath that underpass or whatever. Here's the thing. He is a gang, what do you call him? He's in the gang unit, right? So his job is literally to be familiar with the gang members, right, in the surrounding areas. But he didn't know Shymel Drinks. Does that mean that Shymel Drinks was not a gang member? Because I think that's what Max was trying to establish. And if you establish that he was not a known gang member, you can probably infer that why would you connect him to YFN in a way that would have made YSL members go unalive this young man? Max was trying to point out that his unaliving was probably not the result of some gang retaliation. When they arrested Shannon, they found this book bag that had rugs in it. Now, we don't have that Richard Mille watch, but we had that book bag with the rugs. It was in evidence. Max asked a good question. Did you see Shannon toss that book bag? He said, what about Mr. Nichols? Lord, I wish Bruce was in court to hear him ask that question, because y'all know Nichols is gone. So now he's asking, did Nichols have it? Was it his rugs? Anyway, we don't know who the book bag came from, right? He even asked, the helicopters, don't they watch them? Did they see who threw the bag? The gang unit person said, yeah, but he couldn't tell us who it belonged to. What are we supposed to do with that information, sir? So the one thing that I took away from this is that Shymel Drinks was not known by this gang unit. And in Atlanta, hell, it looks like they had this big war room, but he wasn't known because they had to actually scan his ID and everything to even identify him as a person. They had to identify who he was in order for them to notify his family that he'd been unalived. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they have any more information, because based on what I saw today, I'm sorry, I just don't know who unalived him, unfortunately.